Are you yearning for a deeper connection between your daily life and your inner values? Let's explore a transformative journey, what that is actually like to get to that point. Through the journey of Sarah. She was a graphic, or is actually a graphic organizer who reshaped her life using a values-explicit framework. Her story is divided into 5 steps so that you can actually use this as a guide toward a more fulfilling existence for yourself. The very first step is to have an awakening. When you do the research, some people call it a disorienting dilemma or a constructive disorientation. These are terms that are used to determine at what point in time one has an awakening. And this is the very first step is involved in making values explicit. So Sarah had always felt this spark of joy when she was engaged in a creative project, especially those that touched her community. But she was working for a large advertising firm that often left her feeling disconnected and even unfulfilled. One quiet evening, she reflected on her happiest moments. Sarah realized that they all involved times when she was helping others express themselves through art. This allowed her to identify 2 key personal values: creativity and community. And this was her first step to a new path. Now, with values in hand and clearly defined and articulated, identifying exactly what she meant by those, the next step that Sarah followed was to conduct a life audit. And so with these values, Sarah took a hard look at her daily life. She meticulously listed all her activities, from her demanding job all the way to her weekend volunteering in community art classes. This stark contrast was clear. Her professional life scored a mere 2 out of 10 in value alignment, whereas her volunteering scored a 10 out of 10. This was a wake-up call for Sarah, highlighting a need for change. I will tell you that step number 3 is setting new goals. She was motivated by this life audit, and she set concrete goals that would align not only her skills that she was using in her career, but with her passions. She aimed to find a role that not only used her design skills, but also directly benefited people in the community. To keep herself accountable, she gave herself a 1-year deadline to make this transition. And what's beautiful about it is that her goals were specific, measurable, achievable, relevant to the values. The values-explicit framework requires relevance, not realistic as some people like to use, but relevant. And of course, time-bound. So she gave herself a 1-year period of time to be able to check things out, test it out, and come to a decision. Well, step number 4 is really important because you don't make a big jump into these things. You test things out. And what Sarah did was implement a gradual change. Sarah began by introducing a community-focused project at her firm, offering free design services to local nonprofits. And this was really worked out well. It was a small step that allowed her to blend her professional expertise with the value of community service. And this fallout was awesome. She got immediate fulfillment, and she also strengthened her portfolio of work in a very meaningful way. So she was enhancing her credentials at the same time. The 5th and final step that Sarah followed a year later, that's where she was evaluating and adjusting so that she could actually live the life that she wanted. She took time to reflect on her progress. The community project had been an amazing success. Her work days were filled with a sense of purpose and connection that she had been missing for a good portion of her life. She was encouraged by this success, and she took a significant step and joined a nonprofit organization that valued 2 things. I'm sure you get it: creativity and community. And she chose a company that valued these things just as much as she did. This new role happened to be a perfect fit for her because now her daily activities were aligned with her deepest values. So, what are your thoughts on your values and the activities that you're engaged in each day? Are they in sync? Are they aligned with one another? Are they providing for you the deep satisfaction that Sarah received? See, Sarah's journey from a disengaged graphic designer to one that's a fulfilled creative in the nonprofit sector is exactly the same kind of transformation and power that you have to design your life with a values explicit framework. Her story is not just inspiring, but it teaches us something. It's instructional. It shows that anyone can realign their life with what truly matters. So now it's your turn. Yeah, reflect on your values and take the very first small step toward realigning your life today. Share your chosen values and planned action in comments below here to inspire and encourage others in our community. Remember, the path to fulfillment is built on authentic actions that resonate with core values. I want you to start creating and crafting the life that you deserve to live today.